Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole war chant is going full throat. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Canes will kick it away to start us off. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Seminoles will be in a hole thanks to that short return. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big one, Palmer.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling, when they had so much NFL talent and speed on the field. It seemed like each and every year, and this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Glenn. Pocket starts to collapse.
All right, I like the aggressiveness. I want to be aggressive as a play caller when I'm coming out of my own end zone, when I got a little bit of space to throw the football, and you can tell they wanted to be aggressive, wanted to take a shot. Defense was ready, locked them down, but thank goodness, still had a little space left.
And this is not the way they envision the opening drive going with the 3rd and long coming up. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Miami's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
He'll try it again. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And the Hurricanes will move the sticks with the first down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
He wants to throw. Moving away from pressure. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6th to finish it. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important, they had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
A 3rd down play to get the quarter started. Looking to throw, it's Glenn. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they execute.
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Cade. Let's see. He can block. He can catch. He can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for the quarterback.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Ncaa would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Seminoles will hustle to the line.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the defender on that one. Now you got to wonder how many more times this coordinator wants to call that play.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. They're trying to get to it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And a series has been defined by close games. The last meeting was not that as the Canes blew him away.
And they jumped out all over the Noles early in that game. They kind of established that rhythm and swagger. And David, you know, when this team gets the swag and they start feeling themselves, it's ball game. It's over.
When they get it going and the talent they have, they always have upper-end talent on their teams. It's just, can they meet that talent? Can they exceed it sometimes, occasionally? They were up for Florida State a year ago. Let's see if Florida State can return the favor.
Trying to get to it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Martinez on the carry. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there?
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Going for 6. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got the quick pass. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Throws to the back. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
He wants to throw it again. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything to have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
3rd and short, they got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Anderson wants to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Hurricanes will punt it away on 4th down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to move it through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, Miami, Florida State is must-see TV, and today is no different. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Noles will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight.
He's gone.
There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane. Guys, so far this hasn't been wide right or wide left. The Seminoles have been on point as they build this lead.
And the Seminole dynasties were always built on elite playmaking offense, teams that could score points. This is a wild game with Miami, Palmer, but they're putting up points when it matters.
Yeah, they're not going to let this one come down to the kicker for another wide right. They're just going to handle the business here on the field, offensively and defensively. They have smothered Miami all game long.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of play that energizes the entire team. 96 yards, he took it back for the touchdown. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll start the third quarter with the run.
He's trying to run.
He's knocked down.
He's down about 28 points.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Looking for a man. It's Glenn. The quick out.
That was like
He
it was out of
steps
bounds.
out of bounds, but it will be enough. Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way.
That's bullshit.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught over the middle, it's Lee. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on them.
And you got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. But does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He's got an open man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to 27.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. After the misfire, now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Glenn. Getting some heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. They keep attacking through the air. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. Never a doubt. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. East Carolina opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, he almost broke.
Always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Back at it to open the quarter with this 1st down play. The handoff to Johnson. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Anderson will throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 in middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Pressure coming. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity.
Like he had a choice.
That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
He now has 84 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll turn to Martinez. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play.
Come on, Rodriguez.
Check him out. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Now the play fake. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Finds the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. And the Canes get the 1st down.
That is how it's done on... No doubt about it, an easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football, and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile on.
And with the extra point, they've pushed the lead out a little further. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. That's caught. It's Williams. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 for the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Glenn. Pumps it downfield. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.